Hey guys, this is Christian from The Germans Are Coming, and welcome back to the garden. It has been a couple of days, and stuff happened. What happened? Not a lot from my side, but nature did its way. Um, that means we had a lot of growth. Just look at the grass here. It's completely taken over. I haven't done a lot with it lately, and the reason is it's been raining, and it's been raining a lot. If you guys saw our Renaissance Fair video, you actually know what I'm talking about. There was so much rain coming down, and turns out that was not just something that happened that weekend. It's been happening all the time. The entire month of July was the wettest month of July in the last, don't let me do the math, in the last 180 years or so. Since they started recording, they haven't had that much rain. Essentially, they took some numbers, and I will try to bring the stats over here. In this area where we live, we had 100% more rain than it is usual in July, and we also had 20% less sun, which feels like actually more than 20%, but you know, it's statistics, so the numbers are kind of okay. And I look a little bit disheveled because I already did some stuff in the house. All right, so what does that mean? Well, first of all, it means that the ground is extremely saturated with water. In many areas, you see it constantly flowing just out of the ground. Where you have like hillsides, it just presses out, and you know, flows on the streets in some areas and stuff like that. And it constantly keeps coming down. That means, I mean, let's have a look. This is the sky today, and it's been like that for the last couple of weeks essentially. It's always gray. We have very little sunlight and direct sun. I think we had 10 minutes this morning of direct sunlight, and I was like, oh, something is happening. But you know, this is what it is, and there's a lot worse situations. If you just travel like 200 kilometers south to the other side of the Alps, these guys are completely shriveling up right now in a drought and heat wave. So we are supposed to get the outskirts of that weather system next week, which means once the Tabby is going back to school, which happens on Monday, we will essentially get warm weather here. So I'm kind of sad for her because she only made it to the public pool like once. Yeah, once. There was just no possibility, you know, it's constantly raining and a lot of stuff. So what does that mean for our garden? Yeah, well, one thing I already told you, the grass completely took over, and if it's constantly wet, I have a little bit of an issue mowing it. So that's going to happen today, but I also want to do some other stuff. Let me just turn the camera on. So first of all, we see over here, where's my finger? There's the cornflowers. I don't know if anything's coming out of this. I was pretty late. Right next to it though, these guys here, these are the potatoes that I planted, and they're starting to develop into, you know, actual plants. So depending on the weather conditions in the next couple of weeks, I can constantly water them. So getting more water in is not a problem. I was a little bit worried actually that they had too much water. Anyways, the basil still, you know, absolutely thriving over here. It didn't start blooming, which I find interesting, but that's fine. I have a couple more cornflowers there. That kitchen leek here is, well, you know, not a thing, and these flowers don't bloom. I don't know what's happening there. This one I'm gonna fill up today. Matt and I bought some stuff that I want to put in there, and here we have zucchinis. She actually asked me to remove all the yellow leaves and you know, this kind of stuff. We have a couple of zucchinis that are not good, but what we do have, I got 2 cucumbers here that I'm actually going to harvest today, and I'm honestly very surprised that these plants are still alive, because in one of the storms that we had over the last couple of days, these flower pots actually took a nosedive and fell down, and I'm very surprised that they survived, the plants survived. You know, I'm going to harvest 2 cucumbers later today. That's pretty awesome. I have a couple of zucchinis that are not doing well. There's one here and there's one there, and I just pointed them out to me yesterday, I think, and I'm going to take them off today in combination with, you know, removing the leaves. There's still more coming. So let's have a quick look here. I'm not sure if the camera is picking that up. There's one coming over here somewhere. You know, it's a little one. And all the plants kind of building out more zucchinis, except the ones in the planting bag. And I think that is due to the fact that it's just 2 plants and they don't have enough fertilizer and, you know, not enough nutrition to build out new plants or new fruit. You have another cucumber plant down here that is starting to build out actual fruit. Like down there you can see it, and yeah, and there's another one. What it also does, due to the rain, it's growing everywhere. Also back there into the hedge, you know, this kind of stuff. I need to get control over it. This plant over there is doing the same thing. Let's have a quick look. See, it's growing inside the hedge. That is certainly not ideal. I'm going to try to do something about it. Now, what else is going on are these sunflowers. They are just huge. They are just huge. These not so much. I don't know what sort they are, and they are not doing flowers. That is interesting. And while the zucchinis are still putting out the little flowers back there, I think these 2 plants have produced like 2 zucchinis. I need to remove these. Nat asked me for that. So let's bend this guy down and have a quick look over here. And this is what I've been waiting for. I'm not bending down the big one, but I kind of assume that we're going to see the same stuff in there as we are here. I'm expecting to see some, you know, actual zucchini plants. What is not making me happy is this. Again, with all the rain and stuff, that vegetation took over. I'm going to use the weed eater and, you know, just cut it short. Let's go to the front of the house. That's the other side of the garden, where actually, you know, also stuff is happening. Quick update. Stump is good. Ivy is good. I was not sure if it would survive. Raspberries are done for the year, I think. There's just, you know, a couple of dead leaves and the remaining things. I need to weed that area, which is on my to-do list. This is looking amazing. I'm very, very happy with this. Nothing is coming out of this here again. These are, I think, wild blackberries, and they are thriving since I thinned out the ivy a little bit. They're thriving a little bit too much into the grass, so I'm going to cut them off. I'm torn if I should keep them. I removed the oak already. I didn't remove the maple on the top level. There's nothing happening anymore with the ribes. I'm kind of thinking to remove these because I have more over there and use that for blackberries. I am not sure about this, needs to be discussed. But, and this is the most important part right now, look at this. The hibiscus is starting to bloom. It's August, and that's the month when this takes off. Even without a lot of sunlight, it's building out a bunch of blossoms, and this is how they look. And this is absolutely amazing. The bees just love it. So I'm going to wait until this thing is done blooming, you know. And once it's done, I will start cutting out the branches, not the fresh ones like this one here. Oh, sorry, this one here. This is very fresh, so I'm trying to preserve them. But I will basically select the old ones, the very you know, where there's a lot of bark and stuff, and remove it. Good. What else is going on? The lavender is done, essentially. There's still a couple of bees here, as you can see, but not as many as there used to be. And what bugs me the most is the stinging nettle is back, and it took over back here. So I need to do something about that. Well, I don't even know if I can do all of this in one day. But you know, I'm gonna start. And in addition to that, I'm going back to the other side again. In addition to that, I would have to do some ivy pruning down here so it doesn't reach into the grass anymore. I do want to fill up that third bucket. I do have the soil, I do have the plants and everything, but it needs to be done. I got as well, hang on, I got the big bamboo sticks for the cucumbers, and I got these. So I got myself some arches for the roses. I'm not going to put them up just yet. I will wait for that until the sunflowers are done, because they are currently in the way, and I want to first put the arch over once the sunflowers are done, and then see next year how it develops and where I can actually plant new sunflowers. And then I have a little bit of a surprise that's down there, but that's going to be in another video. Alright, maybe you have spotted it already. I don't know if it was in focus for the camera. Alright, let me do the setup here, and I'm going to start just doing some normal gardening stuff, recording that, and once I'm done with that... Oh yeah, right, I forgot one. Since the lavender is done, I'm going to cut these off. You see strangling vines here again. I'm going to weed this out. There's like a spider going on here. I'm going to weed this out and cut off the main branches of the lavender, just using the new sprouts that it has in the middle. I'm probably going to be busy for 2 days. I don't know. I cannot estimate, since I'm lacking the experience. I cannot estimate how long it's actually going to take. Let me just go get started, and I will put together some kind of a supercut. If you like what you see, just go ahead, press the subscribe button that's somewhere below the video. Also, there's a, you know, this one, no, not this one. Share it with everyone who you think could benefit from this, you know, learn something, get encouraged, because I'm currently encouraging myself, watching other people do gardening stuff, do home improvement stuff, and transforming themselves to be better people, you know, do more around the household, and essentially not be couch potatoes. So if you know someone, just show them that. All right, I'm gonna get started now. Okay, let's start by harvesting the cucumbers, actually, so I don't forget about them again. They're here. Well, of course they fall down. And I almost cut myself. Alright, so look at this. I harvested 2 cucumbers. This is awesome. And with the success, there also comes, you know, fails. And I have one here. I basically left this guy on too long. I'm going to cut it off. And then chuck it into the bucket. And I got another one like this over here. And yes, this is a carpet knife. It has been degraded to be garden knife. There you go. So So that's done. I'm going to rip out all these leaves now, and going to continue from there. I don't think we can eat this anymore. This is probably too big already. It was invisible. Essentially, it was hidden by 3 bigger leaves of the zucchini plant. Just showing it off to Nat inside. It's sad. It's sad really, because, you know, this is what you get if you plant it in actual soil down there. And now it's starting to rain. Of course it is. That will force me inside. I also stung myself, not a lot, on the roses over there. It's not a big deal. It bugs me, but you know, I cannot change that anymore. Lesson learned for next year. There was also a zucchini on here. Actually, there's a little harvest over there, not a lot, but a little bit. There was one over here, also hidden by a lot of leaves. So I need to pay more attention, essentially, to where the stuff grows. I will try to take another look inside there and see if I can find something else. And then, you know, remove these couple of leaves there, and that should do it. So Nat just came into the garden with her own little project. Let's have a look.
Like, I cut this off from one of my succulents, and it sprouted roots actually. So
Yeah, let
I
me
think
get closer here.
we can.
Focus. It's not really focusing, but yeah, there are little roots on there. So let's have a look if I can find a pot. If there are pots, they are probably below these somewhere. There they are. You found one?
Yeah, look at this.
Perfect.
So you just need to give me some soil, and we can.
All right, I'm going to open these.
You can pot this.
I will plant it for you.
Thank you.
This is how it's supposed to be. All right, I'm going to plant that for her later, because right now the rain is taking over. I will just quickly do the other leaves over there, and then potentially hide inside, depending on, well, on the other side. It's getting lighter there. This is what's currently above me. And it's been like this all, yeah, basically all July. It's insane. Nat, by the way, said we can still eat the zucchini. So we'll probably use that as some sort of a filler somewhere. There is more on the tables here. I think there's one, and I saw another one. Just need to check out if they're big enough to be harvested already. And yeah, that's it. All right, let's bring the tools to a safe space and then go inside, because it's really starting to heavily rain. I was hoping that it would kind of pass by, but it doesn't, so. Just doing a quick break here and I'll be back. Remember yesterday when I was caught off guard by the rain? Well, guess what? It's still raining. That footage that you saw earlier was at
I think it was 1 or 2 p.m. and it started raining. It is now something around 9-ish in the morning on the Sunday, and it is still raining. So it has been like this all summer. It's really ridiculous. But, what can you do? Obviously, even if it stops now, I couldn't do everything in the garden that I wanted to because of the rain and because everything is wet and really muddy. But yeah, really not cool.
The sun is shining. Yes. It's something around 4:30-ish p.m. and the sun came out about half an hour ago. I was just cutting the other video and now I can finally do something in the garden again. I will continue where I left off yesterday. I will clean out that little patch back there, and then I will try to lift up the cucumbers. That's the next step, and the step after that is the planting of the kitchen leek, and I think Nat asked me to plant that one succulent that she has. So there's plenty to do still. I will see what I can manage to do today. I'm not feeling so hot, so let's get to it then. Just killed the lavender. No, I'm just kidding. I actually removed a lot of the material from it, and the reason being is I want to open it up just like I did with the ivy back there, so that more stuff can evolve. You have a look, there's still some strangling vine here and the rose bush, but it has now room to grow. I will weed it out left and right here a little bit. There's some weeds there with the sunflowers, but I don't mind those too much. This, however, is all weeds that goes, and then this guy has a little more room to grow. And I removed explicitly some big branches because I don't want them to grow out further. I'd rather want him to come up with these new ones. There's actually strawberry somewhere in there. Funny. Now I wanted to build new branches so it can basically start over. That looks much better, right? This tool is really good. I like it. My grandmother used to use that for her garden to just, get the weeds under control once they take over. I won't get into that. I think I already damaged this sunflower. So I'm gonna be taking it careful with these guys because they are entering the most important phase of their life. And I'm looking forward to seeing that. Same as these. Remember when we got them? Like, they were really small. And something is happening here. And here. So yeah, we cleaned this out. I hope that the lavender will kind of recover. For the roses, I think I do have an idea. You saw the rose arch, the planting arch. I'm not sure if that thing actually does do the trick, but better than this it'll be, definitely. So I got rid of a lot of dead leaves there. Next task, the cucumbers. Not particularly fancy. So what I did is I used the best wires here to make like a zigzag between the longer poles. You see the original one is still there. I cannot really sustain more growth so far. I have a better idea on how to deal with this. The cucumbers will be in the planting buckets next year, and I will kind of build out something that they can grow up on. So I need to repeat that for the other cucumber plants. That didn't hold long. Well, the one did, the other didn't. I will put it up to this here and then see if it holds. It's a little bit too short for the upper one yet, so I might have to bring in one between. This here should actually hold. And I will bring in another one to the top level there. Yeah, I definitely need another solution for next year. One left over there. I will probably not put too much effort in this. This is the one that was totally overwatered at the beginning of the summer. Not the perfect solution, especially when it gets windy. Then again, the wind will not grab so much there because it's coming from the other side of the hedge. So this could actually work. And we don't expect heavy winds in the next couple of weeks. And then this, I still need one on top, but I need a ladder or take it down from the desk or from the table there. So some good results. Now, last project of the day. I want to fill up this bucket and plant those in there. And then I'm gonna be done. Oh, and the succulent, of course. The succulent, don't forget about that. So we got the kitchen stuff, the leek, and this is citrus melissa. I don't even know what the word is in English. So what I'll do, I will make some room here for these guys, and this one will go in the back because it gets more sunlight there, and I think that's necessary. This is really interesting soil. I have no idea what this is. Alright, let's have a look here. That's one. I will move it a little bit. And that's the second one. So I dunked them both in water. This should actually do the trick. Let's see how that works. One more back here. Oh, this is so tender, it just falls apart. All right. So we did this. Now I have plenty of room here. And I don't actually know what to do with it just yet. I have no idea if this works, but anyways. Also, I found these. It says I can seed them in September. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 rows of these, like here and here, and see what happens. Like usual, we're experimenting a lot, right? Yeah. These are the flowers. People returning from vacation, and I think I'm using too many seeds here, but all right, we'll put on a little bit of water and then see what happens. These seeds go back into storage. I'm kind of satisfied, feeling a little better, was a little out of it. Got the cucumbers done. I see 3 more zucchinis coming in. I see at least 2 cucumbers coming in. Basil is doing amazing. The flowers not so much, but you know, that happens. I planted the succulent, I did the kitchen herbs, and now it's time to clean up and head out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, there's a couple of videos here. Also subscribe if you haven't done that, and like the video. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye bye.